you guys talked about that kind of play leading up to that moment? Because it sounds like it's been a coaching point for both Drake, but also for the defensive guys.
Yeah, no, it's happened a few times within the last even few years of the league where guys are trying to get the extra yardage, and we're, as defensive players, we like even I had one later in like the last 2-minute drive where they're driving down the field where I kind of laid off. I like tried to push him out of bounds, and the running back, he did a good job, stayed in bounds. Looking back on it, I was like, I should have just laid another shoulder on him. But that's happened multiple times, or where a quarterback, you think they're protecting themselves, and they lower their shoulder and they'll hit one of our DBs. They'll lower their shoulder and hit one of our LBs that are just trying to corral them out of bounds. So for us, it's just like, okay, well, we got to play smart. But when the opportunity comes to lay a hit on an important piece of their offense, we're not going to shy up. We're not going to pull up the opportunity.
Sean, you talked last night a little bit about the special teams. You obviously had the hit with Marte and happened to Connor, but also on the first play of the game, the kickoff. Mike said he kind of challenged you guys, like they're a top 5 unit. We need to be there. How much motivation was there to prove to coach like we're that group too? Yeah,
no, there's always motivation, but especially this week when you're playing against talent like they have. Honestly, like they play teams down to the wire all throughout the year. I think their record is, what is it, 2-10, 2-11. But they beat Philly. They play teams down to the wire that are good teams. So when we saw that challenge, it was just, honestly, it just got us excited. And, being on Monday, that just added to the fire, added to the juice.
How much juice can a play like Marcus's give you guys in a game like that one, especially early in the game? Felt like it got everybody going.
Yeah, no, he's a dynamic returner, best returner in the league. I think he's exactly who you want back there. He makes our jobs easy on special teams. Like, he sets up the blocks for us most of the time where he can get our guys to play one way and then we wall them off and then there's the hole. So, when having him back there, he's just a perfect complement to our offense, to our defense, and he puts us in a good position.
We've seen this a couple times where there's a picture that Marcus is way ahead of the field. There's literally 10 other guys with their hands raised, kind of racing down after him. To be able to finish off something like that, there's got to be a high level of satisfaction.
Oh, yeah. No, it's like when you see him break away and you're like, oh, he's going to get past that guy, right? He's going to get past him. He does. It's a good feeling. It's just, that's all we want to do. We're just trying to help the team any way we can. And although I wasn't out there on that one play yesterday, I know I've been in that position, so I know how they feel. And so it's just immediate satisfaction when you see him running an open field with no one.
How do you approach the bye week personally?
I think it is the time to let the mind and body relax. But I still think there's going to be an opportunity there to look back at the film and see what we can get better at, where we can fill in some of our flaws and weaknesses. So it's a good time for self-reflection, but I don't think you can spend the whole time in the playbook, the whole time trying to practice and do all that. I think it's a good time to just decompress and get ready for the weeks to come.
Mike said one of the messages moving forward is we're not done. Going into the bye, we're not done.
Yeah.
How do you guys try and maybe keep that momentum moving forward, though, at the same time?
Yeah, no, I think we just have to be smart with it because, as the season goes on, you get bumps and bruises here and there. So if we can come back close to 100%, close to how we started the season, that is going to be huge for us going forward.
After the game, Dart said it was a good hit. Is that one of those things that, do you get any peace of mind from that, or is it one of those things where it doesn't really matter because there's no flag in the play, you're just going to keep playing regardless?
No, actually in the moment I was like, oh dang, did I hit him out of bounds? I was like, I thought I hit him in bounds, and just the way his team reacted, I was like, oh, I guess I did hit him out of bounds. And then I watched the Jumbotron, and that's what gave me okay, I'm good. And those flags on the ground, they probably aren't on me, and if they are, it probably wasn't a good call. So it was more of watching the play back and being like, okay, he was in bounds.
I'm just curious, Christian, you guys have exceeded a lot of people's expectations already, the number of wins you guys have. Does that motivate you guys at all? You have belief in yourselves, but there are a lot of people who did not believe that you guys would be this good this season. Do you get anything out of that? Is there any, juice that that might give your team?
Yeah, no, I think when you have a chip on your shoulder, it always pushes you, it motivates you, it makes you want to be better to prove those people wrong. But for us, I don't think we look at it, our record, and like get satisfied. We are always on to the next game. We always want to be 1 week better, 1 day better. And for us, it's just every week is going to be a week you can lose, a week you can let slip, a week.
Don't hit me like that.
A week where you don't want to take a nap. Yeah.
Any naps during the bye week?
Oh, heck yeah.
Kind of, settling in. It was good to get back out there, get into the swing of things. It's things that, I know I can work on for sure. But it was good to get back out there with the guys and get a win.
Over the course of the full game, did you feel yourself getting better and better as it went on, more comfortable?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely for myself settling in as the game went on. But yeah, man, I definitely agree.
Mike said he thought that their play and Ben's play was good. He said,
Yeah.
He also said you guys were excited to play.
Yeah.
It's been a little sporadic here and there, but to get a full game and to be able to do that, was that sort of your feeling going into last night?
Yeah, definitely. We were definitely really excited to play. We looked at it as an opportunity, to put some good stuff out there against a really good front. There's a lot of athleticism, a lot of skill, a lot of talent, across that Giants front. And, we looked at it as an opportunity, to take advantage of it. And we're just glad we were able to come up with the victory.
Everyone talked about how much confidence they had in you going into Monday night's game. How much did that contribute to the excitement and just your preparation?
Yeah, a lot. It was just really good to know that, the coaches believe in me, my teammates. It was really good to just hear all that, positive feedback from everybody. So that does nothing but, make me feel better. You give me the confidence to go out there and perform.
Why do you think it's been a case this season where it's seamless with your depth? You guys just seem to step in and nothing seems to stop you guys when it comes to just, filling in for certain guys along the way. What's been the key to that as a team?
Just the preparation throughout the week. Coach Verby, says, everybody prepare like a starter. Everybody prepare like a starter. Everybody, lock in on the keys, the details, and definitely put our identity out there on the field. Those are the things that we hang our hat on, and everybody knows that. All the guys that suit up on Monday night, we all know that no matter what. So no matter who's in there, next man up mentality, and we're gonna go out there and all do the same thing.
Is there a special bond on this team? It seems like you guys give grief to each other nonstop.
Yeah, definitely. This is probably the tightest group of guys I've been around in my 4 years. I would say so for sure.
How much pride do you take, whether you're watching the game back or even just the pictures on the sideline, when you see the clean pockets that you're able to give to Drake?
Yeah. It's really good, because, just Drake is such a great player, man. If we just give him, the space that he needs to step up in the pocket, and he can make all the throws. He's going to make the right decision. We have full, trust and belief in him. And we know if we just do our job and give him the space and opportunity to do his, we'll be successful. So, that's all we're trying to do is go out there and give Drake, what he needs to do his thing.
And how helpful is it for Vederian to know that, obviously the line, when it's doing its job, good things can happen. You also have backs, tight ends who are willing to help out too. How helpful is that in you doing your job?
It's super helpful, man. It's super helpful. It starts from the coaches. They demand a lot out of, the tight ends and the backs when it comes to taking care of the front. Coach McDaniels really hangs his hat on, each guy helping their wingman. Tight ends helping the tackles helping the guards helping the centers. We all try to, play as one. And when we do that and we give Drake the time and space to give him, an opportunity to make a play, good things happen.
It's interesting, these primetime games, the spotlight comes to people. It's like, wow, Drake May should be an MVP candidate. And you see him every day.
Yeah. What
continually makes him so special in your mind as an NFL quarterback?
Yeah. He just does the little things right. He's super detailed in what he does from what I see. And I think that's helped him, so much this season. each week he's getting better and better. Each week he's developing more and more confidence. And it's been so great to see, man, just watching him from last year and, to this year, it's been great to see, that confidence rise up. And, it just makes all of us want to do our job even more, because we know the better we do our jobs, the better he's going to play, the more confidence he's going to get. And, everything, starts with him, man. And when he gets going, we can do anything. So it feels really good.
So Darren, you lived through 2 4-13 seasons back to back. You're sitting there at 11-2. I know there's a million things that go into it.
Yeah.
But when I say, why are you 11-2, what sort of just immediately jumps to your mind?
Yeah. I would just say the team identity, it starts with Coach Graves, starts from the top and then trickles down. We practice that every single day in practice, straining longer than the guy with the ball, finishing, protecting the ball. Everybody plays a part in ball security. It's not just the guys that hold it, the guys that's blocking as well. All those things, the details, techniques, fundamentals, all those things, man, that Coach Graves harps on. I think that's what's gotten us here right now. And, we're going to keep on doing it. It works. So.
You guys
Yeah.
you guys have exceeded just about everybody's expectations when it comes to wins for the season. Has this group gotten any motivation out of the, hey, nobody believed in us kind of sentiment that, we've seen from other teams in the past? Do you guys talk about that at all? Do you get anything out of it?
No, not at all, man. We just take it, a week at a time. We don't get too much into, the outside noise or people either hyping us up or trying to, tear us down for whatever reason. We just take it week by week and do what we've done to get us here. There's no special formula. There's nothing, we don't use other people's noise as motivation at all. We just go out there every week, put the identity on film, play hard, and do what we can do to connect.
Thanks for that.
Thank you, Darren.
Looking forward to get back on the field for sure.
What is this moment like? Is there a little mixed emotions there in stopping things while you are rolling?
It is. Like, honestly, the bye week is always kind of a bit weird. Obviously, you want the time off, to let your body rest, get your mind back right, get a chance to see the family Ben. But you never really want to just get out that groove. And obviously, we're in a good little groove. We're rolling right now. So we just got to find that balance in between. And so whenever we get back on the field and we have our matchup against it's Buffalo, right? Correct? Mm-hmm. And we back rolling.
You don't have that circled on the calendar already?
I wish. I missed the first one, so I'm excited to get back to it for sure.
Braves was saying kind of his message is, there's like a fine line between like resting up and sedentary lifestyle. I mean, like, how do you take his message?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you can't not do anything football related though. That's the main thing. You gotta continuously work out, stay active to keep your joints and your body moving for sure. Use the break, obviously, to prevent the contact and let your joints rest up and whatever the inflammation is in your body to kind of move to different parts of the area. But you gotta stay on some type of football, obviously within your iPads and your film study.
And then just last one, did you feel like this kind of did time out nicely for you guys, kind of how banged up some of the roster is?
No, most definitely. I think it was a great bye week. Obviously, it feels much better when you're winning. And just going into it, we should be able to get some guys back after this and head into a strong push to finish the season for sure.
I know there's a million things that go into being 11-2, but if I ask you, why are you 11-2? What just immediately jumps to the forefront of your mind?
We just believe. We believe in who we are and what we're capable of and what we're good at doing. I don't think we try to outdo ourselves and try to excel in areas. That's not our game. We take pride in who we are and what we do, and we keep doing those things well.
How much closer does this group get from that game?
As long as you keep winning, we get closer and closer for sure. It's a great feeling for sure. I think this. I can honestly say this is probably the best locker room I've been in. Just the group of guys that we have and everybody who cares for each other on and off the field, man. And I noticed that from just the community events that we've been a part of, man. A lot of people show up and show their faces and continuously help and support each and everything that we have going. So I'm proud of the guys and proud to be a part of this locker room for sure.
You're going to miss these guys.
Say it again?
You're going to miss these guys.
I am going to miss them. I am. But I'll be make sure to bother them during Teamworks and see how they're doing for sure.
There we go. Much appreciated, man.
You said we just believe. What is it that's giving you that belief? Where's that come from?
Just the work that we put in. And a lot of guys have been here during, the spring and the summer and obviously going into the season.
and we have some guys that's new and they came in throughout the years and still contributed and helped. But we put in a tremendous amount of work, and I think that everything that we've shown in practice and everything that we believed in so far, Brace, make sure that he shows us in the meeting rooms is like, hey, you've done this before. Like, this is nothing new. This is nothing you have to do anything extracurricular. Our range is to get to the results that we want. So I think that builds in the belief, and I think we want to keep building on that for sure.
Speaking of belief, I mean, you guys have exceeded just about everybody's expectations for you record-wise coming into the year. Do you guys get any motivation at all, K'Lavon, from, hey, nobody believes in this, when the year began? Do you guys care about that? Do you get a boost from that, knowing that people didn't believe in you when the year started, that you'd be where you are now?
I can lie to you and say we don't, but I think everybody has an ear, and they hear it. And I think doubt and definitely pushes people to a higher level than what they actually thought they were capable of. So I think from the start into where we're at now, I think that we all continue to believe in who we are and what we're capable of as a team. And we're still going to continue to hear outside noise, but to channel in and only focus on us, that's going to be the biggest thing for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.